Hello, welcome to Simple English Speaking. Today I'm going to tell you a story. It's a very old story. Some people say it comes from Mexico, some people say it comes from Italy, some people say it's just a story. But it doesn't matter where it comes from, because this story is true. Not true like a fact, true like wisdom, true like something that can change your life. This is a story about a fisherman and a businessman, a story about success and happiness, a story about what we chase and what we already have. This is a story you need to hear, especially today, especially in this world where everyone is running, chasing, working harder and harder for something they call success. Let me tell you what happened. Picture a small fishing village, white houses, blue water, sun shining bright. It's noon, the middle of the day. On the beach, a fisherman sits. He's young, maybe 30 years old. He's next to his small boat. His fishing nets are beside him. He's relaxing, maybe smoking, maybe just looking at the sea. A businessman walks by. He's on vacation. Expensive clothes, expensive watch. He came here to relax from his busy, stressful life in the city. He sees the fisherman. He looks at the boat. He looks at the nets. He's confused. He walks over. "Excuse me," he says. "Why are you sitting here? Why aren't you working?" The fisherman looks up. He smiles. "I was working. This morning, I went fishing. I caught fish. Now I'm done." The businessman looks more confused. "Done? But it's only noon. You could go fishing again. You could catch more fish." The fisherman smiles again. "Why would I do that?" Now the businessman thinks he understands. This fisherman is lazy. He doesn't understand business. He doesn't understand success. So the businessman sits down. He decides to help this poor fisherman, to teach him, to show him a better way. "Let me explain something to you," the businessman says. The businessman begins his lesson. He's excited. He knows about business. He knows about success. He's going to help this fisherman. "Listen," he says, "if you go out fishing 2 times a day instead of 1 time, you'll catch more fish. More fish means more money." The fisherman listens. "Okay," he says, "then what?" "Then," the businessman continues, "with more money, you can buy a bigger boat. A bigger boat means you can catch even more fish, even more money." "Okay," the fisherman says, "then what?" "Then," the businessman's eyes are shining now, "you can buy a second boat. You can hire other fishermen to work for you. They fish, you get the money. You become the boss." "Okay," the fisherman says, "then what?" Then the businessman stands up now. He's so excited. You move to the city. You build an office. You hire managers. You expand. You grow. You become very successful, very rich. "Okay," the fisherman says calmly. "Then what?" The businessman pauses. He thinks. Then he smiles big. "Then, after 20 or 30 years of hard work, you can sell your company. You become very, very rich. Millions of dollars, maybe more." "Okay," the fisherman says calmly. "Then what?" "Then," the businessman laughs, "then you can retire. You can move to a small fishing village. You can buy a small boat. You can go fishing in the morning. Just a little bit, just for fun. Then you can spend the rest of your day relaxing, sitting on the beach, enjoying life, being free." The businessman finishes. He looks at the fisherman, proud. He just showed this simple fisherman the path to success, the path to the good life. The fisherman looks at the businessman. Then he looks at the sea. Then he looks back at the businessman. "But that's what I'm doing now," the fisherman says slowly. The businessman stops. His mouth opens. He has no words. He looks at the fisherman. He looks at the beach. He looks at the simple boat. He looks at the peaceful life. Now, let me tell you what this story really means. Because this story is not just about a fisherman. This story is about you, about me, about all of us. We spend our whole lives chasing something. We call it success, we call it wealth, we call it making it. We work hard, we sacrifice, we stress, we struggle. Why? So that one day in the future, when we're old, we can finally relax, we can finally be happy, we can finally live the life we want. But here's the question, the real question. What if you already have that life? What if you're already there? What if you're chasing something you already have? The businessman told the fisherman, work hard for 30 years, then you can have the life you want. But the fisherman already had that life, today, now. He didn't need to wait 30 years. He didn't need to sacrifice 30 years. He was already living his dream. Let me show you how this happens in real life, how this happens to you. You think, one day when I have money, I'll be happy. I'll travel, I'll spend time with family, I'll do what I love. So you work hard, you work long hours. You miss your children growing up, you miss time with your partner, you miss your life because you're working for one day. Or you think, one day when I retire, I'll finally relax, I'll finally enjoy life, I'll finally do what I want. So you wait, you save, you sacrifice, you stress, you get sick from stress, you get tired, you get old, all for one day. Or you think, one day when I'm successful, when I'm rich, when I achieve my goals, then I'll be happy, then I'll have the life I want. So you chase, you compare, you compete, you're never satisfied, never enough, never there yet, always one day. But here's the truth the fisherman knew. One day never comes, because when you get there, you move the goalpost. You create a new one day. One day when I have $10,000, I'll be happy. You get $10,000, now it's $50,000. One day when I have $50,000, you get $50,000, now it's $100,000. It never ends. The goalpost always moves. One day is a trap, a prison, a lie you tell yourself. The fisherman refused this trap. He said, why wait? I can have my one day today. So what did the fisherman understand that the businessman didn't understand? The fisherman understood that life is now, not later, not one day, now. He understood that time is more valuable than money. You can make more money, you can never make more time. He understood that enough is a decision, not an amount. The businessman would never have enough, even with millions. The fisherman had enough, with very little. He understood that peace is better than wealth. The businessman was rich but stressed. The fisherman was poor but peaceful. He understood that freedom is not something you buy after 30 years of work. Freedom is something you choose today. He understood that the good life is not complicated. It doesn't require millions. It doesn't require success. It just requires enough, and presence, and appreciation. The businessman thought the fisherman was simple, maybe stupid, but the fisherman was wise, wiser than the businessman, because the fisherman knew what the businessman forgot. Now, let me show you how this happens today, in modern life. Today, we have social media. We see other people's lives, their success, their money, their achievements, their perfect moments. And we think, I need that. I should have that. I'm behind. I'm failing. I need to work harder. I need to achieve more. I need to be successful like them. So we work more. We stress more. We sacrifice more. We compare more. We're never satisfied, never happy, never enough, always chasing, always running, always one day. But those people on social media, they're doing the same thing. They're chasing too. They're stressed too. They're not as happy as they look. Nobody is as happy as they look. Everyone is running. Everyone is chasing. Everyone is sacrificing now for one day later. But one day never comes. The race never ends. The chasing never stops. The fisherman refused to run this race. He said, I'm not running. I'm already here. This is my life. This is enough. This is good. So let me ask you some questions, real questions, important questions. Answer them honestly. What are you chasing? Really chasing? Money, success, recognition, status, power? Why are you chasing it? Because you really want it, or because you think you should want it? Because society says you should, because everyone else is chasing it? What will you sacrifice to get it? Time, health, relationships, peace, yourself? When will enough be enough? At what point will you stop and say, okay, I have enough now? Do you even know the number? Or will the goalpost keep moving forever? And here's the biggest question, the most important question. What if you already have enough? What if you're already there? What if you're chasing something you already have? Think about it. Really think. You have food, you have shelter, you have health, probably. You have people who love you, hopefully. You have today, you have now, you have this moment. Is that enough? Or do you need more? Not want more, need more. Is what you have right now not enough to be happy, to be peaceful, to be satisfied? The fisherman said, "This is enough." Can you say that about your life, about what you have right now? Let me show you what enough looks like in real life, in practical terms. Enough is not the same as giving up. It's not the same as being lazy. It's not the same as having no goals. Enough means you work, but not for one day. You work because you enjoy the work, because it's meaningful, because it serves others, because it's part of your life now, not preparation for life later. Enough means you improve, you grow, you learn, but not because you're not good enough now, because growth itself is satisfying, because learning itself is joyful, not because you need to become someone else to be happy. Enough means you appreciate what you have, today, now, while also being open to more if more comes, but you're not depending on more to be happy. The fisherman had enough. He still fished, he still worked, but he didn't sacrifice his present for his future. His present was good. His present was enough. Now, you might be thinking, but what about ambition? What about improvement? What about achieving great things? Good question. Let me answer it. The businessman was not wrong to be ambitious. He was not wrong to build a business. He was not wrong to work hard. He was wrong about one thing. He thought happiness was in the future. He thought the good life was at the end. He thought he had to sacrifice now to get there later. But when he gets there, after 30 years, what does he want? To live like the fisherman, to relax, to be present, to enjoy simple things, to be free. So why not do that now? Why not enjoy the journey? Why not appreciate today? Why not be happy while you work, while you grow, while you build? You can be ambitious and present. You can work hard and be peaceful. You can achieve great things and appreciate what you have. These are not opposites. They can exist together. The fisherman teaches us this. Work, but don't sacrifice your life for work. Achieve, but don't sacrifice your peace for achievement. Grow, but don't sacrifice your present for your future. So how do you do this? How do you live like the fisherman in modern life, in the real world? Here's how. Simple steps, real steps. First, define your enough. Not what society says, not what social media says, what you say. How much money is enough for you? Not to be rich, to be enough. How much success is enough? How much achievement is enough? Write it down. Be specific. This is your finish line. When you reach it, stop running. Second, protect your now. Don't sacrifice today for tomorrow. If you have to work, work, but also live. Spend time with people you love. Do things you enjoy. Be present. Don't say, I'll do that when I retire. Do it now, a little bit, today. Third, appreciate what you have. Every day, every morning, look at your life. Say, this is good. This is enough. This is valuable. Not in a lazy way, not in a giving up way, in a grateful way, in an appreciating way. Fourth, measure differently. Don't measure success by money or status or achievement. Measure success by peace, by joy, by relationships, by presence, by how much you appreciate your life. The fisherman was successful, more successful than the businessman, because he had peace. Fifth, remember you will die. I'm sorry, it's dark, but it's true. You will die. Maybe soon, maybe later, but you will die. And when you're dying, you won't wish you worked more. You won't wish you achieved more. You'll wish you lived more. You'll wish you appreciated more. You'll wish you were present more. So do it now. Be present now. Appreciate now. Live now. Let me tell you the truth, the real truth, the truth the fisherman knew. The good life is not expensive. It doesn't cost millions. It doesn't require success. It doesn't require achievement. The good life is simple. It's time. It's freedom. It's peace. It's presence. It's relationships. It's appreciation. It's enough. You can have these things now, today. You don't need to wait. You don't need to work for 30 years. You don't need to become rich. You don't need to become successful. You just need to choose. Choose to say, this is enough. Choose to be present. Choose to appreciate. Choose to stop chasing and start living. The fisherman chose this, and his life was good. Was he rich? No. Was he successful? Not by society's definition. Was he happy? Yes. More happy than the businessman. More free than the businessman. More peaceful. Today's phrase is, I have enough. 3 simple words, but powerful words. Life-changing words. Say this every day, every morning. I have enough. Not, I have everything. Not, I don't want more. Just, I have enough. This phrase stops the chasing. It stops the comparing. It stops the one-day thinking. It brings you back to now, back to what you have, back to appreciation. When you see someone else's success and feel bad, say, I have enough. When you think you're behind, say, I have enough. When you feel like you need more to be happy, say, I have enough. This doesn't mean stop working. It doesn't mean give up on goals. It just means appreciate what you have while you work toward more. It means be happy now while you grow. It means don't sacrifice your present for your future. The fisherman could say, I have enough. Can you? Thank you for listening today on Simple English Speaking. If this story made you think, if it changed something inside you, please like it and share it with someone who's chasing too hard, someone who's sacrificing their present for their future, someone who forgot what enough feels like. Subscribe to Simple English Speaking for more stories that teach not just English, but wisdom, peace, and how to live a good life. Before you go, I want you to do something. Look at your life, right now, today. Not your future life, not your dream life, your actual life right now. What do you have? Really have. Not what you want, not what you need, what you already have. Food, shelter, health, people, time, breath, life. Now say this out loud. I have enough. Say it even if you don't believe it yet. Say it even if you want more. Say it anyway, because it's true. You have enough to be happy. You have enough to be peaceful. You have enough to live a good life. The question is not, do you have enough? The question is, can you see that you have enough? This is simple English speaking. Stop chasing, start living.